Hello students. So today we are going to continue with same chapter, that is microorganisms friend and foe. With that, so far we have learned till bacteria, isn't it? About the structure of bacteria. You can just take the screenshot of this bacteria, okay? Structure of bacteria, and write this in your class workbook. And we are done with bacteria. So after the completion of bacteria, we have viruses, algae, protozoa and fungi. So let's try to finish off these four in today's session. So moving on to viruses. We have heard of many viruses, isn't it? So we have gone through with many viruses. Now in these days, the coronavirus has become the very trend moving viruses so far. So there are so many similar viruses which cannot be seen through our naked eyes. So among those viruses, let us take the one virus that is more kind where fatal disease, that is HIV. HIV virus is the most fatal diseases that comes under viruses. Okay, so HIV means human immunodeficiency virus. Okay, so this is the most fatal disease, that is the virus we have gone through with. And among viruses, what will be the functions or the characteristics that you can learn here? So among viruses, they cannot be seen through simple microscope. Okay, what happens? The microscope, what we use regularly, so with that these viruses cannot be seen. Okay, so for those things, what is required? A special microscope, magnified special microscopes will be there. Okay, so with that microscopes, the viruses will be visible. Okay, here that is what we have written here. They cannot be seen with simple microscope, whatever which we use in our laboratories. With such microscopes, these viruses cannot be seen. And to see them powerful, to see them, what we have to do? We need to get the powerful microscope is needed. Okay, so with the simple microscope, it cannot be seen. So for that we require powerful microscope is needed. So viruses is not simple, so it is little like complicated viruses which cannot be seen through normal microscopes. They are smallest of all microorganisms. This has to be kept in mind, that they are smallest of all microorganisms. So virus is the smallest of all microorganisms. In fill in the blanks questions, you may rise with such type of questions. Okay, so and then we have the next point, that is they consist of nucleic acid covered with protein shell. Okay, what happens for viruses? You might have seen viruses, say for example coronavirus. Okay, it will be like this, isn't it? The structure will be like this. Structure may differ from different viruses, but usually it will be like this. So what happens? It will be covered with protein shell, nucleic acid. Okay, where nuclear material is covered with protein shell, it will be covered with protein shell. And then they are considered living when present inside living cell, but non-living when present outside living organisms. Okay, what happens here? They are considered living when present inside living cell. Okay, but non-living when present outside the living organisms. They can cause many diseases. What happens? These viruses can cause many diseases. So it is not just one disease or two diseases. So it can cause many lots and lots of diseases. So what doctors suggest? Once after going to home or coming out of home, wash your hands regularly. Okay, because to prevent from many diseases like viruses which cannot be seen through naked eyes. And the next point we have here is they appear to be plants, but they do not have leaves, roots, etc. As ಹೆಂಗ್ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೆ? It looks like plants, but it is not a plant. They do not have leaves, roots, etc. They are simple non-green plants. Okay, they are simple non-green plants. It has to be understood that they are simple non-green plants. Okay, and they are heterotrophic. What do you mean by heterotrophic? Heterotrophic means which cannot prepare its own food. Okay, non-green. Here we have gone through with non-green. Non-green means which cannot prepare photosynthesis, isn't it? So it is heterotrophic means it is dependent on other plant, other food source, ಬೇರೆ source ಇಂದ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ food ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ we call it as heterotrophic. They are usually they are parasites. Okay, what happens? Usually they are parasites. They may be unicellular, and the structure of viruses may be unicellular. Example for this viruses we can take, I have chosen here is poliovirus and tobacco mosaic viruses. So these are the two viruses that I have chosen here. Okay, so while writing classwork book, write these points. Okay, just write these points of viruses and write the virus diagram. Okay, write the virus diagram. Here you can see virus diagram is there. These two diagrams you can draw in classwork book. And the next one we are moving on with fungi. Okay, fungi. What does fungi mean? Fungi means it's a microorganism again. So let me write it as MO. It's a microorganisms which cannot be seen through naked eyes. They appear to be plants, but they do not have leaf, roots, etc. Little similar like viruses. They appear to be plants, but do not have leaves, roots, etc. They are simple non-green plants. Okay, simple non-green plants means where they cannot prepare their own photosynthesis. They are again heterotrophic. Heterotrophic means dependent. When they cannot prepare their own food means it is obviously they are dependent on other, isn't it? And they are usually parasite. They may be unicellular again. For fungi we have the examples, that is bread mold and aspergillus. Okay, these are the two examples I have chosen here. So while writing, again write these points with that fungi diagram. Aspergillus is here, that you can write, and bread mold. Okay, so fungi you can write. Even this also, penicillium also you can write for fungi. And moving on with the next, that is protozoa. So protozoa is also a microorganism. As we know, it's a microorganisms. They are unicellular. So protozoans are unicellular microorganisms, you can call it as. Okay, the question may arise like fill in the blanks of 1 mark questions. What does protozoan, what kind of cellular? So the questions may arise like that. When the questions are arised, then the answer should be like protozoans are unicellular microorganisms. So they are mostly aquatic. Aquatic means whereas neeralle iruantadu. Okay, that we call it as aquatic. They are solitary or colonial. Okay, they are solitary. Protozoans might be solitary or colonial, anything it may be. They can be free living or parasitic. So free living agaro irutte, illa parasitic aro agirutte. So protozoans microorganisms can be free living or parasitic. And the next one we have, the point is their body shape may be irregular, oval or spherical. So what happens? Protozoans body shapes varies. Okay, whereas let me take for example of protozoans, that is amoeba. Okay, amoeba and paramecium I have chosen here. So amoeba is a unicellular organism. We know that it contains cytoplasm, cell, nucleus, everything as usual. But the thing is, amoeba are the shapeless creatures. You have to remember this. The question may arise, which is the shapeless creature of microorganisms? So the answer is amoeba. It is shapeless. One tara iddange innond tara irala. So different it changes. Okay, and the next one we have is example, that is paramecium. Write the points, and after writing points, write these two diagrams of amoeba and paramecium. And moving on to algae part. So the lastly we have algae. Algae is a simple non-living, okay, simple non-flowering and typically aquatic plant. Okay, what happens, algae ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳೆಯುತ್ತೆ, typically it is aquatic, so almost ಅದು ಬೆಳೆಯೋದು ನೀರಲ್ಲಿ. algae is found on water water parts, ನೀರ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, that is all algae. And even it grows on walls, okay, of large assemblage that includes the seaweeds and many single celled forms. Okay, what happens, many single cell forms will be there. Algae contains chlorophyll but lack true stems, roots, leaves and vascular tissues. So the xylem part you can have a great look. So algae contains chlorophyll but lack true stems, okay, roots, leaves, vascular tissues and stems. So the examples for algae I have chosen here is Chlamydomonas and Spirogyra. These two are examples of algae which I have chosen here. Again, similarly, write the point of algae with the diagram of algae. Okay, Chlamydomonas looks like this and Spirogyra looks like this. I hope children you got an idea with this microorganisms. Let's continue again with our next session of further points of chapter. Thank you.